In this lesson, you'll learn how to see 7 major scale modes in the same caged shape. Using C major as the example, we can map all 7 modes, starting from C Ionian. To visualize the scale in the E shape, with roots on the E and D strings, we follow the circle of fourths order: 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, and 4. This places every note closest to the E string root. Next, move a tritone from 4 to 7, 1 string higher, and 1 fret up, then repeat the same fourths order. This gives all notes closest to the D string root, completing the scale across all 6 strings. An adjacent fourth stays on the same fret, except when moving from G to B, where it moves up 1 fret, as in 2 to 5, and 3 to 6. The 2 on the G string in Ionian becomes the 1 in Dorian, the second mode. Since 2 to 1 is a minor seventh, moving down a whole step from 7 begins the order of fourths for Dorian: 6, 2, 5, 1, 4, flat 7, and flat 3. Use the major sixth relationship between the G and E strings as a reference to find 6 on the same fret as the root. Start a tritone above flat 3 at 6 and repeat the fourths to find the notes closest to the E string root. The 3 on the A string in Ionian becomes the 1 in Phrygian, the third mode. Moving down a major third, or 2 whole steps down from 7, we get 5, 1, 4, flat 7, flat 3, flat 6, and flat 2. The perfect fifth relationship between the A and E strings places 1 and 5 on the same fret. A tritone from flat 2 is 5, repeating the fourths, and placing the notes closest to the G string root in the A shape. The 4 in Ionian becomes the 1 in Lydian, the fourth mode. Since 4 to 1 is a perfect fifth, Lydian starts a fifth above 7, sharp 4, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, and 1. Repeat the order to find the notes closest to the G string root. Notice that 1 and sharp 4, a tritone on adjacent strings, are 1 fret apart. The 5 on the B string in Ionian becomes the 1 in Mixolydian, the fifth mode. Since 5 to 1 is a perfect fourth, starting a perfect fourth from 7 gives the order 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4, and flat 7. The perfect fourth relationship between the B and E strings places 3, 1 fret below the root. Moving up a tritone from flat 7 to 3 repeats the fourths closest to the A string root in the C shape. The 6 on the D string in Ionian becomes the 1 in Aeolian, the sixth mode. Since 6 to 1 is a minor third, Aeolian starts a minor third above 7, 2, 5, 1, 4, flat 7, flat 3, and flat 6. The major second relationship between the D and E strings places 1 and 2 on the same fret. Moving up a tritone from flat 6 to 2 repeats the fourths closest to the B string root in the D shape. The 7 on the E string in Ionian becomes the 1 in Locrian, the seventh mode. Since 7 to 1 is a minor second, Locrian starts a minor second above 7, 1, 4, flat 7, flat 3, flat 6, flat 2, and flat 5. Moving up a tritone from flat 5 to 1 repeats the fourths closest to the D string root in the E shape. The same order of fourths, used in major scale modes, applies to melodic and harmonic minor by changing just one note. Using Locrian as an example, replace 4 with flat 4 to get Locrian flat 4, also known as super Locrian or the altered scale. To avoid 2 consecutive major seconds on the A string, move flat 4 down to the E string, visualizing the seventh mode of melodic minor. Similarly, replace flat 2 with 2 to get Locrian natural 2. To avoid consecutive major seconds on the D string, place 2, 1 fret below flat 3, on the adjacent G string, visualizing the sixth mode of melodic minor. Replace flat 6 with 6 to get Locrian natural 6. Move 6 from the A to the D string, 1 fret below flat 7, visualizing the second mode of harmonic minor. If you found this lesson helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. The book, Guitar Scales Unleashed, along with the workbook and mobile app, are excellent tools for visualizing major scale modes, pentatonic, and blues scales, in fourths. Our reusable, dry erase quarter, available in various models, is the ideal training tool for students to write out scales and modes before playing them on the guitar.